Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pooya and Liana Lounge for episode number 18. I'm one half of your host, Pooya and Liana. Hope you've had a good week. We've had a great week. We're going to fill you in on all of that. And with me, my other half of the lounge, is the one and only Dr. Liana Boris. Liana, how you doing?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Okay, we had a botched intro that I don't know if you can. Are you actually going to edit?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I made a very funny joke, and then Pooya didn't like it. And you'll never know.
See, here's the thing. I'm willing to silently take that blame because I'm saving her from herself, and she knows it too. Whatever. It's cool. It's cool.
It's a full-time job being clever.
Yeah, well,
and I'm doing a terrible job.
Yeah, one of us has scaled Mount Cleverest before, and it's not you.
No, I don't like heights.
I do.
You're a Sherpa for Mount Cleverest.
Yeah.
Is that the way you said? Mount Cleverest?
I said Mount Cleverest, yeah.
Oh, okay. Not Mount Clever. Mount Cleverest? Because you're the most cleverest?
Because the Mount, it's Everest.
Oh.
Yeah, and as you can imagine, the joke at the intro that got cut was so good.
It was so good. It would have sent me straight up to
all right.
Laugh to. It's a K2 joke.
Okay. Man,
I did it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, as you can see, we no longer have the fireplace behind us.
It's right there.
Because we moved again. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, the fireplace is there. We just decided to move to a separate spot or a different spot. The movers are still not here. But by the time y'all see this, we should have all our stuff because we did get the confirmation. Mm-hmm. Movers are coming tomorrow morning.
Yep.
And I'm very excited for that. Also, how do you like our new chairs?
Yeah. We got these chairs. They were what, like $20 each or something? $25 each. They're technically patio chairs. So they're ultimately going to end up going out on the patio. But for now, they're indoor chairs.
So I realized, after we recorded the PAL last week, Clam, do not touch the computer. Oh my God,
Clam, don't touch the laptop. Clam, no. Okay, thank you.
All right, this is the last time you're going to hear Clam in this setup, probably too.
Yeah.
On the PAL.
Yes.
Which I know some of you will be like, no, keep them in, but you know the reality is it's not. Yeah. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yes. So after the PAL last week, y'all saw me struggling with those chairs. I was done with the bar chair. I was like, I need a new seat. We went out. We went a little chair shopping. Mm-hmm. We went to a couple of Home Goods at TJ Maxx. I looked at the loose chairs there. I saw a couple I liked, but it was like they were bigger. And I just I didn't have a place to put it after was really the problem. Because I was like, if it's a chair that I like that's comfy, that I can find a spot for, I'm all in. But they were comfy, but a little too big to what I needed. Ultimately, I sat on this chair and I was like, you know what? This is kind of perfect. It's soft. It's to the ground. So my feet are touching the ground. I feel like that's nice. It's got leanability. I can lean back a little bit if I want to. So I was like, you know what? This should do the job. Also, at that point, I was optimistic that we'll get our stuff like 4 days ago. But that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But no, these were good purchases. And we bought these pillows that are behind us to go with them. But they're going to go on our couch when we get the couch. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I already sat on one outside. Holds up pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Did you not do the podcast on it yesterday?
No, I did the podcast sitting on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I checked out half of that pod.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't a ton to talk about in the episode from Survivor. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the B&B. So, you know, it was kind of a little bit like, are the underdogs going to make a move? Nope. Okay. So
let me where do you want to go today?
I'd like to first address, I'm wearing a blue shirt and black pants, and I wore a blue shirt and black pants last week, and I just didn't have the energy enough to go change. But first of all, these are different black pants, and this is a different blue shirt. Yes, it is. 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 Okay, Pooya's line. Yes, it is. Yeah, I see that. I see that. I see you trying to
it's totally
silently
different.
Signal to the audience. Okay, first of all, if you were to go back, you would see the sleeve length is different. You would see that the neckline is different. It's on the shirt, so you would know. The pants is a little bit tough to tell.
So what if you wore it twice? Well, what's the problem?
No, I know that. I know that. But I'm already extremely formulaic in the way that I conduct myself typically within life.
No.
You're smirking. Don't say that and then smirk.
I'm not smirking.
You're smirking.
I'm not.
The appropriate descriptor of what you're doing right now is smirking, okay? Anyway, whatever. The point is that, what are you doing?
Just making sure my mic's on.
Okay, that's allowed. Smirking, no. Microphone check, allowed. So anyway, the only reason why I'm saying it is because I do own other clothes, okay?
Sure.
I want to beat the allegations.
There were no allegations.
I heard there were allegations. I do own other clothes and I do own shirts in other colors, although I typically have a tendency to buy just solid color shirts, neutral pants, black, grays, browns, that kind of stuff, and then just different colored shirts. So that part, yes, is a bit formulaic.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's so easy because then everything like matches together. You know, capsule wardrobe and all that. I don't know what the hand motions were.
I don't know what a capsule wardrobe is.
It's where essentially you don't have like a ton of clothes. You have clothes that are part of your capsule wardrobe that can all be like mix and match together. So you have like one good pair of jeans.
We call that the Steve Harvey.
I don't know what that means.
There was a TikTok going around where it's a clip from Steve Harvey explaining how he recommends you buy like three-piece suits in blue, brown, and like black. And then you can mix and match all three of those outfits and make like 90 outfits or whatever.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So you can take any of your shirts can go with any of your pants, and like any of your pants go with most of your shirts. So, and then you have like the casual and the business capsule wardrobe. So this is part of my business capsule wardrobe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, great.
So in
I just
summation,
wanted to get
she's
that
wearing
out
the
of the
same
way.
outfit as last week.
No, it's a completely different outfit, and I'm wearing even completely different socks.
Me too.
So you're not even wearing socks.
I am.
Show them your tootsie wootsies.
This is not that kind of a show. Also, I am wearing socks. I don't know why you would out me.
You're
like
not
that.
wearing socks.
Why would you out me?
Okay,
though?
sorry, you're wearing socks.
And you're wearing the same outfit as last week.
No.
Yeah.
I went on a walk today with my boss. We took a walk meeting where we talked about stuff while we were walking. So it was like, oh, this is because I sent her a file and we talked about the file and then we talked about like our plan and all that stuff and da, 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 da. Anyway, as we were walking, we saw turtles. So this is like a park, an open space right next to my office building. Okay. Guess what I saw? I saw turtles. There was a snapping turtle. So like little turtles and a big snapping turtle. I saw two swans. One was on a nest hatching eggs. And I saw a geese nest, like a Canadian geese nest.
A goose.
A goose's nest.
No. Was it one goose?
Technically, there were two geese total.
Okay, so you were right the first time.
Yeah, but it was one goose sitting on.
But it's a goose nest then.
It's a goose. It was a single
not a geese nest.
A geese's nest.
No. There's no.
Geese.
If it's one, it's a goose nest.
Yeah, but there's multiple eggs within the nest.
Yeah.
So technically, it houses geese. Baby geese.
Yeah, but if there were two geese on the nest, then it's a geese nest.
Oh, geese nest. Geese nest.
I don't know. I don't know why this matters. So anyway, you saw a goose giving birth.
No, it wasn't giving birth. The eggs were already there and they had been like, sitting on the eggs to make them hatch. And one little geese was like, from the egg was like poking its little beak through the shell. It was so cute.
So did y'all conduct anything in this meeting or just watch nature?
Well, we did both at the same time. We saw birds and turtles and we also talked about science.
Wow.
Super productive.
Very fun.
Yeah. So there's like a lot of nature here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So much nature. We're like out in nature.
And you're happy about this.
I mean, we're not like in that much nature, but I'm really happy about that.
Did you see a snake, be honest?
There was no snake. But also this was like a water bog kind of area. Like reeds and water and birds. There were some trees.
Okay.
So, but it's just like a smaller little area in a sort of urban-y setting.
Sure.
So it's not, no. So there were no snakes. There were no other animals apart from the birds and the turtles.
And the geese and the swans.
I think those are technically birds.
They are.
I don't know. Ask Omer.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what I did today. I mean, then I had to do like real work also.
So you admit that wasn't real work?
It was real work. It was real work, but it was fun work.
Yeah.
It was walking outside work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, that was today. How's the week been?
Oh. Yes. So my week as a whole from my first, because we recorded the day after my first in-person day. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So I had my first week of work, and it was very chaotic. I think one thing that I recognized is obviously I'm coming from an academic setting into an industry setting, but there are a lot of things that are parallels between the two, just almost like with a different shell, like a different face. Like they look different to the outside, but in reality, the actual work that you're doing is very similar. So I don't know if you've heard transferable skills, baby. It's a real thing. Okay. Yeah. So if you're looking for a new job, think about your transferable skills. Like what at its core is it that you do? Like not just at the surface. And I'm sure that this sounds like everybody has said and talked about this. And I even knew about this, but I think it's just now seeing it really firsthand. I just have a different perspective on it because transferable skills have gone from, like an academic lab to another academic lab where it's all very similar. And this is completely different, but really truly at its core is still the same thing. So yeah, my week was busy. It was a very good learning experience. I got to do a lot of different things. I'm really happy with my company so far. So I think this is exciting. I don't know.
I'm very proud
I was trying to
of
think
you.
of a gesture to do, like, yay! It's like a moving forward, excited about moving forward kind of thing. And very much fit. Just open the soda. Open the soda.
I know the people want the noise though. So
okay, do it. Here. Little ASMR for you there.
All right, anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Helly. Tell us more about your work at Lumen.
Wait, what? Is it because I'm kind of dressed like her? That's so mean.
Why?
I'm going to start. Wait. Which is the any color blue? Any color's blue, outy colors are red? I don't remember.
No, okay, well, let's not start spoiling stuff for people who have not watched.
Yeah, okay, but that's not like that much of a spoiler.
That's like a deep theory kind of spoiler almost.
Yeah, okay, fine. No, just forget I said anything. And Pooya's just being mean and making fun of me. It's fine.
How's that mean? How is that mean?
I don't know. Honestly, I take it as a compliment.
You didn't though. You got super insulted.
Well, that was my gut reaction, but upon thinking about it more, I think I'm going to decide to take that as a compliment, regardless of whether or not you intended it to be one. Anyway, the point is that my job also very much my theme of the year, stability and motion. It's like I'm constantly being, we have to do a bunch of different things and it's all new. And so how do we still be stable when there's like a ton of movement and a ton of mobility going on? So it's a fantastic example of my theme of the year. Could not be more fitting.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Okay.
How was your week?
Interesting in that I've had to basically, again, I've made the kitchen my home. Mm-hmm. That kitchen island has not seen this much work done on it ever, I don't think. And we've only been here a week, but it was definitely an adjustment period of getting used to it. Cause also I'm not using my regular mouse. I'm not using my regular keyboard. So like feels different. Getting the stream set up was very interesting because I was using this mic and that camera, but the kitchen island's higher, so I need to increase the height on that and place it in a way where it was doable. But then also my Friday night stream, I was like, I cannot sit here for 2 hours on this bar chair. So I had it set up where I could stand and then periodically I would sit down and then stand back up. But I got everything done, which was good. I have done quite a bit of walking since we've moved. That's nice. I feel like I'm definitely getting more steps in than I did before.
Are you wearing your Fitbit?
Yeah. Well, not right now because I showered. But I feel like the real test will be once everything comes, am I going to maintain as many steps? Yeah. I think I will because realistically, I'm still doing the same stuff I always did. Like maybe with a more comfortable environment, I'm more likely to do it for longer periods of time, but I don't know about that. We'll see.
I mean, I think it's up to you to make that decision if it's going to happen or not, right? Because you're going to say, oh, I don't know, maybe I guess I'll see. Or you could have the attitude where it's like, no, I'm definitely going to continue it. And then you make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't intend to backswing. Yeah. Or backslide.
Yeah. So. Plus, the weather is beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. Last week was a little bit chilly. What? Are you smiling because I'm talking about the weather?
No.
Oh, it's a hot one out there today.
What happened to you? You used to have some fun stories and now you're all about the weather and You have like four. You're like a little like Woody toy where like there's like you pull the string and there's 5 things it says: Pilates, weather.
Well, it is funny
Matcha?
because one of the stories I've shared so far, I saw a bird.
Yeah,
And
I saw a
warm
bird
today.
and the weather's great.
Yeah, I'm really trying. I'm just like speed running, becoming boring.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that's not boring. If you have passion for something, it's inherently not boring.
Yeah.
Because passion is exciting, regardless of whatever that thing is, which may include eating an entire head of lettuce, as we saw. What was it was like the University of Minnesota.
So someone sent me a thing on, I want to say it was in my Twitter DMs. Are you putting cat hair in my drink?
I don't know, maybe.
So
It's
they
good
sent
for
me
you.
a DM and it was it's basically, whoever can eat the head of lettuce the fastest, it's the University of Minnesota that does it. And the winner becomes like the lettuce king and they get like the lettuce head. It's like, these are Liana's people.
I'm so excited. I'm going to enter next year
I
or
don't
whenever
know if you
it
can. I
is.
think it's university people only.
What? Why? Can I just, okay, well, I'm going to show up to cheer everybody on. Okay, here's what we'll do. I will unofficially participate. I'll like bring my own head of lettuce and then just like be in the corner.
I think they all bring their own head of lettuce.
No, I
And then
know,
it
but
gets,
I
like,
mean,
confirmed.
because what we saw in the video was they have to weigh, all of the heads of lettuce are weighed so that it's the same amount of lettuce. But what I'm saying is that if I can't officially participate, then what I'm going to do is bring my own head of lettuce and then just like sit in the corner and watch. And as soon as they do the little button, then I go, and then I start eating my head of lettuce as well.
Yeah.
Clem really wants to participate. She's rubbing her face against the chair.
Clam, can you not?
What are you doing?
We have a show to record here. But yeah, we did go out we went out Friday night.
We went out
and
Friday
we went
night.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So Friday night, we ended up going out for dinner. We went for sushi, tried our first sushi spot here. We ended up coming up with a very good, I don't know, you tell me what you think about this decision, but I was like, I think it makes sense to make like a Google Keep list or just a list in general, share it between us, and then have all the categories of food that we enjoy having out. So like sushi, Indian food, or like a breakfast spot and so on. And then we called the list King of the Foods. So basically we're looking for which one is our favorite in that category.
Yeah.
So that way we'll know, okay, this is the one we like the most whenever we establish that list.
Yeah, exactly. So currently we have 2 entries on the list.
They're both the only ones we've tried out that genre.
That's all we've tried so far. We tried a sushi place.
We
so
tried the
it's,
shawarma place too, us 3.
oh yeah, that's true. We did try the shawarma. Yeah, so we tried the shawarma place last week. This week we tried the sushi place, which is currently number 1 with a bullet because we've only tried one place.
Mixed feelings on the sushi
Yeah,
spot.
I think it will ultimately be unsatted.
I'll be very surprised if it isn't.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean, I don't know what the fresh fish availability is in the, not at the coast, but
I don't know. I've never
We'll
thought
see.
about that as a factor. But
yeah.
That makes sense.
So we have that. And then we also tried a brunch place, which actually doubles as like a drag bar, drag show place at night times. And also they do drag brunch on Sunday. So I definitely want to go back and do drag brunch.
We, Saturday morning, we're like, should we do like a brunch somewhere? I was like, okay. So I'm looking at places. I'm looking at options. That my method to looking up places is twofold. One, I'm looking for distance and proximity, but then I will click it and I'll look at the reviews, or like out of 5 how many stars it's got, and then I check the menu. I checked the menu to this place and they had a poutine on the list, and that made me the number 1 advocate for this spot.
Yep.
I was saddened.
It was not a traditional poutine.
No, it was fries, cheese curds, but the cheese curds were fried, and the gravy was like a sausage gravy.
Oh, clammy. Yeah, it was like a sausage gravy. I think you could have gotten it with a different gravy, but I think at the end of the day, still the fried cheese curds for me, and I explained this when we were there, but they disrupt the ratio of textures where it becomes then more like bready carby with the combo of the potatoes, like the French fries and the breading.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
My feeling was, if I was out drinking, I would love this. This would be perfect. But to kick off my day with it was a mistake.
Yeah, so we ended up taking most of it home.
Yeah, but the breakfast itself was fine. It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Then we walked downtown a little bit.
Yeah, which I feel like I don't know. Obviously, I don't know much about the area or geography. I got shamed, actually. We played Goose Goose yesterday. And it was a tense game. It was like a final three of me, Kirsten, and Matt Ligori.
Okay.
And I was like, Matt, we're time zone bros. You can't do this to me, man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I was like, taking a leap of faith. Oh, he's in Michigan, like time zone. He was like, we're not in the same time zone, man. I was like, damn. I was like, well, listen, we were in the same time zone until last week, man. Come on. So all that to say, I'm not good with stuff, but I think we were, because I thought we were downtown Minneapolis. Were we like downtown business district Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it didn't feel like there was the hustle and bustle of a downtown.
So I assume during like the business day, it's going to be more hustle bustle. So
well, business day, yeah. But like, I don't know. It was like the weather was good. It was a Saturday. Where are the people at?
So on Sunday, I went downtown. My boss invited me to go to brunch. And so we went to the North Loop and then we did the Riverwalk. And that was way more hustle and bustle. So I think we were just like in the business area.
Take me to the North Loop.
Okay, yeah, I will. I don't know the regions either. We're all learning this together, all right, buddy?
Oh my God. Speaking of regions, I learned something. Actually, we're not done on this main story. So we did our brunch thing. It was good.
Okay.
And then we did our walk. That was good. And then I needed to buy a coat or like a light jacket of sorts because I didn't bring any with me. They're all in the moving stuff. So we went a little shopping, found some stuff, picked up some stuff. Topic of conversation. What is up with malls nowadays? Because
is that the start of your stand-up special?
No,
what's the deal with malls?
Because I feel like
they've been dying, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like back in the day they mattered, but now I don't think they matter.
Yeah, but this has been happening for a while. Like even that mall in Connecticut. I mean, I think that one's a little bit more bumping, but I think that's also because the population density is different. But the two that we've been to out here,
Yeah, worth noting, we've not been to Mall of America yet.
True. We've not been to the mall, which, runs them out of business.
That might be it. That's like that one, because that one's so close in proximity. People are like, that's the one we're going to.
Yes. I will say a lot of the shopping centers do look very similar in nature. So
oh my God, all the little strip mall type situation,
mall
they all look the same.
Yeah, a lot of them look very similar.
If I had to drive without a map, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Neither can you. But
I tried to get us to the grocery store because I'm testing myself. I'm like, okay, I can get to work just fine. That I can do on my own. I can get to now the grocery store. I think I can definitely
do. It's worth noting that we still made it to a store. It just wasn't the one we were intended on going to.
We went to the other grocery store. And then we ended up at the Costco, which was like, oh, this was okay. Yeah. Anyway, so like we ended up in a place where we had driven before. So there was that muscle memory of going there. It just so happened to be the wrong destination. Yeah. But now I know where the grocery store is, the one that's closest to us, which Pooya raves about the rotisserie chicken.
Yeah. You stole my bit. Because that was another thing I was going to bring up after.
The rotisserie chicken?
Yeah. But we were in the middle of talking about Saturday still.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So the malls. Yeah. So the malls was okay. Then we went to Costco to sign up for a membership.
Yes.
And I learned something.
Oh no. What did you learn?
So do y'all remember a couple of weeks ago when Liana talked about going to this rogue coffee shop and to get like matcha, and the guy proceeded to small talk her into oblivion and she didn't get to like do her journaling or whatever? So I got to watch that happen live at Costco. So we go to sign up for a membership. And first of all, we're told, go to this door to the right and just queue up there. We're like, okay, so we're queued up there and we get to the front and the lady's like, and mind you, we're like in line for like 5 minutes. No one's helped us yet. And then this woman was like, I know you're not 12 feet, but you're not supposed to, for memberships is on this side. And I was like, dude, take it with the guy on the front who told us to go here, ma'am. I didn't say that because that's ridiculous. But also
there was no sign that it was like, here's where you go for memberships. It was just like, this is all customer service.
You could tell it was there, like the membership thing was there because behind them was the like executive membership 30.
Yeah, but
this
like,
one's 65.
yeah, whatever.
So to me, I'm like, I know I'm in the right spot. I don't know this side versus this side anyway. But then she starts, giving us a lot of information, very informative session about memberships, which I really thought it would be like, what do you want? This one, this one, this one. Okay, here you go. I thought it would be that, but she's asking a bunch of questions, and Liana's like, for example, I feel like if I'm in that situation, like, oh, like, have you ever been a member here with us before? No. I was, went with friends once, but yeah, anyway, I moved here. I moved here recently, and they'll be like, oh, where'd you move from? Connecticut. Oh, long drive, whatever. And that's about it for me. But Liana will give them like the deets.
She asked me.
What did she ask you?
She asked me why we had moved here.
Yeah.
And then I explained.
Yeah. What is the explanation?
I said, I got a job here.
And
what?
Because if you had just said I got a job here, that's
what
good
did
enough.
I say? I don't even remember. Okay, what did I say?
You were like, I got a job here, and like I used to work at Yale, and now
I never said that.
Yeah,
I said
and
we
then-
drove here from Connecticut.
And then you said, yeah, and I got a job with this company doing this. Like, you basically broke down the science.
No. I said no. This is the reason why I'm asking you, because I do remember what I said. I said I work for a small
such a
biotech.
liar. You just
I
said you
I-
didn't remember.
No, I said I work for. No, I was testing you. I said I moved here for my job. I work at a small biotech here. That was what I said. I didn't go on some long explanation. The only other piece of detail I added was that we do have family here.
Yeah.
That was the only other piece of detail that I added.
But you didn't say we have family here. You're like, yeah, so, we found a place and we had to ask my cousin once removed.
She was asking.
Just say relative.
She was asking.
You don't need to give her the 23andMe.
I know, but the details matters to me. Okay, I will say though, so this is very interesting because I'm also learning this with regards to work stuff, is that I will provide those details because to me those details matter. But obviously there's certain, but also I'm just trying to make small talk. I'm just trying to chat with her. Okay. Because we're having this like 30-minute conversation with this woman to sign up for a Costco membership.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You are 100% allowed to chat
Also,
with
I
them
don't like
this.
awkward silences. And because she was like doing the thing with the thing, and I like with our IDs, she like got our IDs. She was like, oh, you have Connecticut IDs. Like, why don't you have like Minnesota IDs? Then we had to explain the whole situation. I wanted to provide context because she was asking about it. Okay.
Mind
yes,
you, at no point did I say that this was bad, or I got the ick, or this was negative things. I just said I made an observation. The defensiveness to which you're pushing back at me is a cause for concern.
The implication is that I do this to myself.
You're a bit of a chatty Kathy.
I just want to make people feel comfortable.
And that's nice.
I don't ever want to come across as rude. I want people to have a pleasant experience when they interact with me, because being alive is so hard. Like, being a human adult in the world is just so challenging. And why can't we as humans make each other's lives a little bit better by having a pleasant exchange?
No one said you cannot conduct yourself this way. I made an observation about you.
There's judgment behind that observation. I can feel it.
That's just not how I roll, okay? I'm not about trying to come off rude. I'm trying to make sure you know that I'm chill. And the way I handle the conversation is like base level chill, and then I'll move on.
But I want to be friendly.
Yeah. And you are.
Yeah. Okay.
God.
Well, look, I hope that woman had a lovely, what was her name? Rosemary or something like that. I hope she had a pleasant day chatting with me.
You were just one of 8 people.
I know. Yeah, but also I have like so much empathy for anyone who is like a server or in customer service or anyone who's in those types of positions, because you deal with jerks so much of the time. So I think maybe there's some subconscious part of me that's counteracting the jerks that she has to deal with.
It's possible.
By being like extra friendly.
See, I worked a cash register.
Yeah.
And I've worked in like that world. And to me, I give them the interaction I always wanted, which was, I know what I want, or I might not, but I'll ask you a question or two. Thank you. You get it done.
Yeah.
We both get out of here fine.
I mean, I'm also fine with that. Again, if that's the energy that I'm met with, that's the energy I'll reciprocate with. But the energy I was met with Rosemary was very chatty.
It's so funny that You got so defensive over an observation I made for no reason.
Well, because the other part of it too is I was primed to be defensive because after the whole exchange, you were like, I've got content for the podcast. Like you were, like I'm going to save this and make you.
Some of us don't have a new career to talk about every week. I have been doing the same thing in this house for 6 days.
I know, but think about all the exciting things that we discovered. Like that prepackaged salad from Costco. That was really good. And the rotisserie chicken. We haven't even talked in depth about that.
Yeah, my life sounds sad now. Like, ooh, tell about the rotisserie chicken you liked.
No, but you streamed. You had to stream from a different setup. I'm sure that was complicated. There was a lot that went. Yeah, no, I know, but I'm sure. Like the point is that I'm trying to highlight those things that make your life more interesting.
I learned a lesson with the Costco thing. I should have not said anything to Liana about the fact that, because I was like, all I said was I made an observation about you, and she was like, what? And I was like, I'm saving
Tell
it.
Me.
I said I'm saving it for the podcast, not I have podcast content like I'm goddamn Yogi Bear, like ready to like heist of the century. So yeah, that was my observation.
No,
but
obviously it says more about me than it does about you. My reaction will always say more about me than it does ever about you, right?
Yeah.
When someone reacts to something, it always says more about them. Okay.
So we did Costco.
Yes.
I think early reviews are in. Costco mops the floor with BJ's. BJ's ain't shit.
Costco had a lot more stuff, but I also don't know if that's like a regional specific thing or that's like
It's not.
Okay.
Every Costco I've been to is bumping.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we first went to BJ's, I was told it's like a Costco.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like a Costco light.
Well, the membership was more expensive at Costco. So
Which makes sense.
I hope so, obviously like just because it's at Costco and you're buying in bulk doesn't mean it's less expensive. The hummus though, what a deal on hummus. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Hummus is a great price. So that's fantastic. We just got some food items. We didn't really, hi Clam. We didn't really get like a ton.
No, she's like a child who knows she's on camera now and is like coming back.
She's not performing for the camera.
She was not this social with us this past week.
She's hungry because they're starting to get their appetite back.
So here's what's happening. Another development, and then we can talk about the rotisserie chicken. So Liana would like our cats to lose some weight.
The vet told me they're chunky.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. She was like, yeah, so we got to feed them like the wet food once a day. Mm-hmm. That's the plan. Mm-hmm. And water. Stick to the plan. Cool.
She's so hungry.
And then Liana will buckle and feed Clam dry food, trying to be sly. Oh, like, ooh, but Clam should get some dry food and Pearl shouldn't. Clam will eat like 2 pieces, walk away, and then Pearl will devour the rest of them. And then I have to be the bad cop. It's Liana's plan. This is Liana's like diet plan for the girls. And I have to be the bad cop that's like, why'd you feed them dry food? Like, I'm the warden and I don't like it. I would love for them to eat more.
Okay. And again, I acknowledged the situation and I take full ownership over what happened. See, here's the thing. Let me explain. Clam is physically bigger as a, like not, okay. So they weigh the same.
No, but she weighs more.
Okay. They weigh, no, not anymore. Because when I took Chunky,
we didn't weigh her. We didn't weigh her at the vet.
Yeah, but look how skinny she is. When I see them stretch up and you see the girth, she's so much girthier. Pearl is so much girthier than Clam. Anyway, Clam is a physically like a longer cat. So for example, someone who is 5'9" is not going to weigh the same as someone who is 5'2". Clam is 5'9", Pearl is 5'2", and they weigh the same. Ergo, Pearl has more fatty tissue than Clam does. Therefore, Pearl is the one. So Clam should be able to get some dry kibbles.
You are talking sideways because 5'9", 5'2", I understand. This conversation is like 5'9" versus 5'8". They're about the same. Like,
no.
Oh my God.
No, I had her since she was a baby. She's longer than her.
Not by much.
Okay. Well, by some. Okay. They're both
the point is.
Okay. The point is that I understand your concern about you being the warden, and I will happily step in and be the warden.
Like, this is like the whole parenting thing where one parent's like, why do I have to be the bad parent? You're the good parent always. And I'm like, yeah. Also, you want to set the system and you should by default be the bad one.
Okay, but she just looks at me with her like big cute eyes and I just crumble.
You crumble and she knows.
I know.
I catch
so
Clam
cute.
when Liana's home from work. I catch Clam like looking at her and then going up to her and just standing like maybe 3 feet away from her, just looking up like this. And I'm like, Liana, look to your left. Liana turns around, looks, and Clam's like,
but I've had her since she was an itty bitty baby.
Yeah.
Like she was like this big. She was so tiny.
it's because when you came home, you gave her treats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did, but look at her. Doesn't she deserve dry food?
No, and she's
so
coming
cute.
over again because you looked at her.
Okay, enough about the girls. So, continue about your rotisserie chicken.
Why? Why do we? What's wrong with the girls?
Because I feel like, look, Liana's going to be the warden now. I'm going to go full warden, okay? Call it the Shawshank Redemption. I'm going
we are not
full
calling
warden.
it that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be clear, I'm not going to feed them more anyway.
I know.
But
I think the other thing, too, is because they just had a ton of trauma. So they weren't really eating. So now I'm like, but they need more food because eating. They're also going to go through a ton of trauma tomorrow when the movers come and put all the stuff back in
I'm
our
not looking
house.
forward to the reset of them being like skittish.
Yeah, especially because, wait, was I supposed to feed Pearl her pill today?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, okay. She's still finishing. I think she's got 2 more days left or 2 more pills left on her steroid course. So I need to shoving it down her mouth. She's getting so smart.
It's because
She's
you
learning-
do it more and more. She knows what to do.
She's learning to like keep it right in the front, and then as soon as I let go, because I hold,
And then she,
waiting
like,
for her to swallow,
pushes
waiting for her
it
to
out.
swallow, and she'll swallow, and then I open her mouth, she goes, immediately spits it out. Ugh, she's so annoying. But anyway,
we're almost
okay.
there.
So Pooya found a rotisserie
Okay,
chicken.
so
that
you really want me to talk about this rotisserie
you're the one who
chicken.
said you were going to talk about the rotisserie chicken.
But you keep bringing us back to it.
Well, because I want to talk about the violet crumble.
Okay, so we have also been. Well, haven't quite. We're gonna experience all of the grocery stores among us.
We've only been to Cub
Foods.
Cubs.
Cub Foods.
Cub Foods is
Yeah. No, just foods. Cub Foods.
Geese's.
Okay, so we've been to Cub Foods, and last night actually, I was like, "What are we gonna do for dinner?" Like, I finished stream. Liana was finishing the B&B. Like, what do you want to do for dinner? And because I didn't really have anything at home that I could like scrounge, but I was trying to like eat something of like substance, a little. I want a little taste. So I was like, you know what? We could just get a rotisserie chicken from the store. Why not? So we go to Cub Foods and then we get this rotisserie chicken. And my history with rotisserie chicken is not a positive one because
I didn't know one could have a history with rotisserie
I am
chicken.
a storyteller. I know how to paint a picture.
All right, paint me.
No. I already have painted you actually, factually.
That's true. It's in a box somewhere on a
We'll
truck.
see if it survives the move.
Yeah.
So my history with rotisserie chicken is not a good one. What do I mean by that? I've never found rotisserie chicken to be like really tasty. It's just an abundance of chicken that I can have. And I like abundance of food. And abundance of meat is very nice. So typically with a rotisserie chicken, I need like hummus or some kind of sauce to wash it down because it can be pretty dry. And then especially once it's done that night and you fridge it, the reheat, it's more dry. So rotisserie chicken has always been like I need something, let's just get this situation. But we get this rotisserie chicken last night thinking it's going to be about the same, right? This chicken was so tasty. And
It was moist.
not dry at all. And mind you, I reheated some today. Still good.
I tore some up. I threw it in my. Because I don't have. Oh my god, I don't have all my lunch stuff, so I can't have my lunch at lunch because I'm missing all my lunch things. So I've been just bringing like salad stuff, and so I took some of the chicken. It was delicious. I had some of the chicken last night. I agree, very good.
You agree, right? It was good.
I agree, very good. 10 out of 10. we'll go back to Cub Foods to get another rotisserie chicken.
Next stop, we got to try the rotisserie chicken at Costco. See what that's all about.
Yep. And I want to try High Viz, the other grocery store.
High V.
I want to try High V, and then
Aldi.
obviously, we'll go to Aldi. We'll see. We'll suss out the area. But yeah, now. The thing that I found at Cub Foods was this chocolate bar. It's Australian. It's called Violet Crumble, I believe is the name. Violet Crackle, Violet Crumble. Crumble. Violet Crumble. And it's like a honeycomb style candy bar. And I love it. And it's my new favorite.
It's okay.
I love it. It's definitely a Liana candy bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's lighter.
Liana's like the perfect foil to sharing goods with your partner, because Liana will like the same stuff, and then suddenly she'll find a new thing she likes that I just do not mess with, which is perfect because more for Liana. I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to have a sneaky bite. So I need to find that. The problem is I like a lot of things that are just universally beloved.
What about if you got into cottage cheese?
Yeah, that's very likely that we go for treats. You're going to get Violet Crumble and I'm going to get cottage cheese.
I mean,
like what chocolate bar is there that you don't like? Because like you could be like, oh, I want a Bounty. And I'd be like, I'm out. I'm not having that.
What's a Bounty?
It's the coconut one.
Oh, I like Bounties, like Almond Joys, like Mounds.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any candy bar I don't like.
Yeah. I mean,
there's not a lot of food I don't like.
See, I didn't mind the Violet Crumble, but
it's really good.
It falls under my school of thought, my philosophy, which is if I know there's someone that's going to enjoy this more than me, I'm not going to consume it. Because I'm like, I'd rather they get the most yield out of this than me.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you're playing a video game and there's a weapon and you are not more leveled up than that person and that weapon could actually benefit them more. I'm like, well, let's maximize that. You take that weapon. It's kind of like that. But yeah.
Yeah, so I really like that candy bar. And this has been like the majority of our exploring.
Oh, we were going to go mini golfing at a place and we pulled up and it was packed. And we're like, we're not doing this today.
Yeah.
It was that same Saturday where it was quiet in the day. So I was like, oh, mini golf will be free. It was not free. So we'll have time though. We'll have plenty of time to do that. Yeah,
exactly. We'll have plenty of time to do that and do all the things that we want to do. We're just slowly, like one at a time, just chop, taking a bite.
Like the next couple of days are going to be busy because the stuffer is going to come and we have to unpack them and decide what goes where. I'm like, it's bittersweet. Because on one hand, I'm excited to just get some normalcy in here. On the other hand, I'm going to miss all the open space. I feel like we're going to very quickly stuff the place up.
I know. That's why I'm so ready to just turn the van around. We don't want it. Take all our stuff.
We've got to change your heart.
We don't start from scratch. Yeah, we're just completely starting from scratch.
Well, I think for example, our bedroom is not going to get too cramped because it's really the bed is the main thing and the side tables. I think it's this space. Specifically this part, the living room with the big couch. Yes, because it will have a
couch in it.
Yeah, the couch is going to do a madness because it's going to be couch and then the big ass coffee table in the middle that's going to cramp it up a little bit. Yeah. And then I think the dining area is going to still be fine because it's just the one little table. It's not that deep. But yeah, so.
Well, guess who finished the organizing book? Wait, hold on. Let me restart.
You.
Guess who has 2 thumbs and finished the organizing book?
Better.
This girl.
That was better is what that was.
Thank you. All right. So I finished the organizing book and I will say, oh, wait, I meant to read parts of it. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go get it. It's right here.
What do you mean read parts of it?
I have some excerpts to read.
Oh my God. Yeah. You let the people know what that book is too. Cause I did see a couple people in the comments were asking about that book because they're trying to also maximize their organize.
Okay. So here's the, wait, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. If she has an updated version, I would consider that because this was published in, okay. So wait, first of all, organizing from the inside, the only okay, wait, maybe there, I'm an influencer. Organizing from the inside out. Okay. The Foolproof System for Organizing Your Home and Your Office and Your Life by Julie Morgenstern. So Julie Morgenstern wrote this book and it was published in 1998, which, as you may know, was over 20 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
Shit, yes, it was.
So this year is 2025.
Yeah, okay, you're
So
right.
it's
You're
20
right.
okay. Almost 30.
Okay, that's what I was avoiding. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You do that too, though.
Do what?
It's like, no, it is 20. Oh, you're right. Yes. And then you're like, even though I am right, let me tell you exactly how right I am.
We're just adding some more context.
Context?
Yes. Okay. So I think the majority of the fundamental principles are applicable no matter what you're organizing. Okay. The idea, and I've seen this also outside of this book, the idea is that you should organize for your own habits and your own behaviors. So for example, the classic example a lot of people give is if your books are all piling up in a certain corner or like next to a certain chair, put a bookshelf there because clearly that's where you want to put your books. Mm-hmm. Or if your shoes are all piling up in a certain corner of your house, put your shoe rack there because that's where your shoes naturally want to go. So it sort of follows like those basic principles and there's some more to it. But anyway, I wanted to read some fun little gems that could be a little bit of a blast from the past. So this is for tackling time and technology. That is the chapter, taming technology. Okay, so this is for working on your computer. On Windows 95,
great start.
You can make it easier to find what you're looking for without having to wade through documents and applications scattered and mixed in with each other. Use File Manager or Windows Explorer to organize your hard drive. Terry, which don't bother with who Terry is. Terry points out that new operating systems such as Office 97 do this automatically with a built-in place on the hard drive called My Documents.
Do you remember learning about the computer during that era?
Yes.
I remember like looking back and I'm like, I mean, obviously I'm assuming it's still the fundamentals of learning are the same, like the foundation. Mm-hmm. But I remember being like, and this is My Documents. This is where your documents go.
Yeah.
And in this one, you can put music. In this one,
well, I remember when, you got my pictures, my music, my videos even. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. God. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
So she tells you how you can organize your files. And then there's also one other piece that I thought was very funny, which is personal digital assistants or PDAs, which then there's a picture on the next page of a Palm Pilot.
Classic.
PDAs like the Palm Pilot bridge the gap between handwritten notes and electronic power. And then I love that it's so funny because maybe should we bring back Palm Pilots? I guess Palm Pilots are just tablets.
Yeah. Palm Pilots are essentially tablets because people do that stuff with a tablet now or your phone. Like,
oh, which by the way, also she has a hot take on email. There is rarely a reason to save email.
Save email?
Yes, you need to treat it like regular paper. Either toss it or take action on it.
Yeah, I respectfully disagree with Julie.
For example, America Online or AOL offers an online file cabinet
called My Documents, My Online Documents.
Online documents. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I'm sure like maybe this was really useful at the time. It's just funny to look back on it and see sort of, how far we've come. She's got a whole thing about voicemail, how to handle voicemail, how to handle faxes.
Oh my God. So speaking of, I saw a TikTok that was like, name something you did that this generation would just not fathom doing.
Okay.
And it was, this guy was like, yeah, we used to call our friends' houses.
Yeah.
And get on the phone with their parents and ask permission to talk to them.
Yeah.
And
do kids not do that? Because not all kids have phones, right? Do all kids have phones? Are you born with a cell phone now?
I don't think all, that's, you know what? That is a good question. But we were doing this like when did you get your cell phone?
Well, I had one for emergencies. I only had like 30 minutes of call time or something like that.
You still had to get contacted through home.
Yeah, I think that was in middle school.
Yeah, because I mean, the other thing was like, I don't think people are calling and ordering food on the phone anymore. I think everyone
people still do that.
Most people, I think, are doing apps or that we're using the website for pickup. I don't think a lot of people are doing the order home.
Maybe it depends on I'm sure it probably depends on your age.
I mean, I'm talking people like
our age,
younger than us.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll need to do a survey of the youths. If you're a youth, what do you do? Write to us in the comments. Speaking of youth behavior, this is in quotes, surfing the net, which is just wandering from one website to another in an exploratory frame of mind, is one of the great pastimes of the cyber age. Do you consider that to be one of your greatest pastimes of the cyber age?
Not back then. I can't fathom it being a part of it back then. But I think now, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. She talks about how you can make bookmarks. Because she says, make sure you'll be able to return to any site you discover that piques your interest by bookmarking them or saving them under favorite places. She also talks about how on the internet you can search. For example, you can enter the topics like chess, dominoes, and beagles.
I think that this was probably cutting edge information then.
Yeah.
She was trying to, because she's like, clearly, like, you can tell there's not a lot of pages left.
It's the last chapter.
Yeah. It's like, she was like, all right, this is becoming relevant. Let me also talk about the digital organization, which honestly, you can write a whole book about that now.
I mean, that honestly, like this one teeny tiny chapter, which it's chapter 19 and it's not that many pages. Mm-hmm. It's maybe like 10 pages or so. Yeah. It's like 10 pages. Is now there, like you said, there should be a whole book on that, because especially that's how now, because she talks. So there were some chapters I kind of skimmed through because it was like organizing all of your paper files, and we just don't have a ton. Cabinet. Yeah, like we don't have like a ton of paper files anymore. Yeah. So those kind of chapters I skimmed through, but now those are all digital. So now it's like, okay, how do you organize digital items in a way that makes sense? And I think it's like can be counterintuitive because you can't like physically hold the item.
Yeah, if it's me, you just let your downloads folder bulk up, and then every couple months you'll sit down, delete some of the bigger files, and then just repeat the cycle. Yeah,
then I have to get a new computer eventually, and then it's just clears the whole thing.
It's clears, or it's I make one folder that is computer move to 2025, and then I never open it again.
I do sometimes because like, especially when I was working on manuscripts, just random stuff would pile up on the desktop. So I would have like desktop 2025 and everything goes
exactly
there. Yeah. So I'm sure Julie would have something to say about that.
I would love to know though, from the audience, if you have something that you don't think the generation now would fathom doing, please let us know in the comments.
Also, share your organizing tips.
Yeah, but do mine first, because mine is the more fun, interactive one.
Mine's more fun. Because that's the thing. All our stuff is going to come, and then we get an opportunity to do everything that's in this book.
Yeah, we're going to fire up Windows 95.
Yeah, we're going to... Okay, first of all, we have a new operating system, Windows, or what was it, Office 97? Yeah. So... it has my documents already.
So I was listening to you the entire time, even though it looked like I was on my phone. It's because I was picking up, we did get a few comments and stuff that I wanted to talk about and bring up. So first of all, I wanted to see which one I wanted to talk about here.
Is it about Julie Morgenstern?
No. Someone wanted to know what brand your backpack is.
Okay. I spent a lot of time and energy picking this backpack, and I ended up buying it from Nordstrom's, and because my mom gave me a gift card to Nordstrom's. It was very expensive, but I'm so happy with the purchase. It is a Toomey backpack, so it is designer, it's fancy, and I absolutely love it. But I have plenty of research. I have some viable alternatives if you want something that's not in that price range.
Spell it.
Oh, I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
But if you want those,
it's TUMI.
Oh! I thought you meant the other ones.
No,
the other brands.
They wanted specifically yours.
Yeah, so TUMI. It is. Where is it? Okay, I think it's upstairs. I'll show it on the next stream.
But also, if you want other ones, she got you.
It's black and it has gold. I wanted the gold hardware, and it's got 2 pockets on the side. It's got a lot of different pockets. It has a laptop sleeve, so you can put your laptop in it, and then it has like a main area, and then it's got a pouch in the front, and then there's this one little side pouch like kind of up and down in the main area that's perfect for Pilates socks.
Okay, very specific advice.
Yeah,
for this bag.
Yeah.
Also, if you would ever want your questions answered here, put them in the feedback form, which is bit.ly Pooya Liana Lounge.
It's in the description of the YouTube video.
It should be in the description for the YouTube video, yeah. So just click show more, boom, it's over there.
And I think in the description of the pod if you're listening to the audio version as well.
So happy for your big move. Can't wait to hear all about the grilling. Could you give some dinner meal ideas? Deciding what to eat is hard, LOL.
Oh my gosh, I totally feel the exact same way. I usually start with a protein because I usually will have a craving for a specific type of protein or like a texture or a food type.
Okay, so you have like 4 categories of things that you think about? I
usually try to go with something that's inspo, okay? Like something that my body is saying like, ooh, I want to eat this. But I, again, am terrible with this because I will eat the same thing for like 2 weeks at a time.
That's true.
So I get a craving and I just make that for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think that one good way to start is go to your local supermarket or wherever you go grocery shopping and see what is on sale. If you're a protein person, you can start with like, oh, you know, whatever, like chicken thighs are on sale. So I'm going to do something like based on chicken thighs. But there are a ton of really good programs out there that you can say, I've got this ingredient, this ingredient, this ingredient, like make a meal for me based on those ingredients or make a meal that surrounds this particular item. Yeah. That's not very helpful.
Yeah, and if you're not a fan of the cooking process or that can feel jarring, a slow cooker can actually do wonders.
Slow cooker.
Air fryer can do wonders as well. It's very quick, very easy prep time. Or like you mentioned, the grill could be a good shout. And honestly, throw headphones on. You throw headphones on, it'll make all of it fun because you're like doing something while listening to the stuff.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And also, like, there's one website I will recommend. It's called Budget Bites, and I like it because not only the woman who she's actually from New Orleans, and she started this she started at the time when I moved to New Orleans. So anyway, so she was shopping at Rouse's, which was a grocery store that I would go to. I was like, oh my god, that's like my chicken. I like buy that chicken. That's my brand of chicken because it's from Rouse's. Okay, so anyway, so the lady she does this website. It's called budgetbites.com, and she puts together recipes that are based on what? Why are you smiling at me?
Nothing.
She does these recipes that are based on price. And so it will say, this is how much it's going to cost per serving, with the idea being low cost recipes. But the added benefit of that is that they're relatively simple in terms of the number of ingredients and like the cook time and all of that kind of stuff. So there's sort of the added benefit of that as well. So Budget Bites, I recommend. Okay, this chair's starting to get uncomfortable now, but I have a pillow in the back.
Yeah, you know what? Because some of us don't sit on a throne at work.
I don't sit
This
on
is
a
all
throne.
I've had for a week while you're busy in your ivory tower, working and getting science done.
Type. Oh my god, I can't wait for my keyboard to come. I miss my keyboard, my mechanical keyboard. Fuck.
You could have used the one I got.
Yeah, but I like mine.
Yeah, and I don't want you to use mine. So.
You offered, but then you took it away.
No, you said you don't want to, and I said, "Oh, thank God."
Oh, okay. Well, that's rude.
Can you please either send me the name of the book, which we put already, or give me some advice on how to encourage someone you share a space with to include me in how it is organized? I feel like I am the Pooya style silent partner and can never find anything.
Okay, so that's very interesting. So the book, I wish I had my tabs, because usually when I read, I have tabs and I tab up all the books so that they're, because what if I want to go back and reference something but I don't have my tabs?
Well, you're giving this book back, aren't you?
Well, I mean, if it was useful, it seems pretty useful. Sure. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so that's the thing. Obviously, talk with your partner. Okay, so communicate with your partner about like, hey, so I
would like to be involved.
Yeah, I want to be involved. I think the fact that your partner is taking the go ahead, they obviously have a specific system that works for them, right? But you either will adapt to their system if you like, let's say you don't have a preference and you're like, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine to do whatever. Or you can work together to come up with some solution that works together, because that was something that was included in organizing from the inside out, but it was more from, if you're the one doing the organizing, how do you work with a partner in order to make it work for both of you? I
feel like there's different levels to this. So for example, I think Liana definitely has more opinions and would like to, has a vision she would like to see out, but also she doesn't want to do it all by herself. All right, Clem, that is a microphone, my friend. She doesn't want to do it all by herself necessarily either. So that's when she'll communicate with me that like, hey, like, can you chip in?
Well, I think part of also maintaining the system, which is also, I believe, discussed in here as well, is all parties sort of need to be involved, right?
Yes. But what the question asker is saying is they feel like they are not really involved.
Right, exactly.
And so what I'm saying is that that's definitely possible that you have a partner who's like, I'll just take care of it because I know what I want. It's kind of like with the car where you were like, just leave it to me. I'm going to organize it how I want to. And I was like, I'll just stay out the way. Because I'm more than happy to stay out the way. I just would like to be told if you would like for me to be involved. Because if you say stay away, I will stay away. But then if later you're like, I didn't like that you didn't like participate, I would be like, well, it made it seem like I should stay away. So if you communicate that with me, I'm more than happy to get involved. But once you tell me to stay away, I'm staying away.
Well, I think the question is like well, yes. Okay. We're straying from the original question, but yeah, the point is that I think it's all communication. Have a conversation, ask, about why they do it that way or whatever. And then just, unfortunately it sounds like you're going to have to advocate for yourself in this moment. And so that would probably be my suggestion. And I hope it goes well.
All right. I want to preface that we are running later. So I have one more question from the forum.
Okay.
Keep it short. Okay. It's a two-parter. First part's for me. For the Eurovision show, when did Pooya get into Eurovision? So I guess what they mean by for the Eurovision show is for when we talk about, when we do that pod.
Which is coming up.
But I might as well tell you now. How I got into Eurovision was my lovely Discord community, the Less Than Two crew. They had brought up Eurovision before, and I said I never checked it out. And they were like, we would love to introduce you to it. So I went live in my Discord specifically, and they were sending me the performances for, I think it was 2022. And I just watched them with the stream, and they had already seen them. So you're just getting my raw reactions. And I was like, this is so fun. This is so incredible. And then that's when I introduced it to you. And then you got into it and ran with it. So the reason I say keep it short, because we have a podcast we're going to dedicate to this later. They would like to know what your favorite national final this year has been. You have 60 seconds on the clock.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Sweden, but I think that's just because I felt like I'm really emotionally invested in who I wanted to win, because I wanted Kaj to win and I did not. Revolution was a dumb song anyway. I didn't want Mans to go. I want to talk about saunas. So, okay, that's my answer. Sweden.
So your answer was Sweden.
Sweden. That's my answer.
Cool. Okay.
I'm so excited for Eurovision. I can't wait.
We're getting there. It's very close, right?
Yeah. It's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah. So we'll have a fun time with that for sure.
Yes. I'm going to watch all the semifinals, and then Pooya will join me for the finals.
Yeah. I've been keeping the same where, like, I want to know all the lore and all the backstory, but it's weird. I'm almost like a Survivor casual in that way, where like, I don't want to do more than just attend the show itself, because I don't want to be spoiled on the songs or have feelings going in. I kind of like the blank item of like, oh, so who's this? Oh, Estonia. Let me see what I feel. And then, because Liana is the fully, like, she's watched all the semis, knows all the songs. She already knows all the backstory before we get into the final night. So we do our little rankings as we go, and I get to see what her ranking is and then understand it a little bit better after. And then it makes it for a very fun post Eurovision, because I'll get to learn about all the stuff that I've been avoiding.
Yeah. And then I just explain everything. But for me, I really like when, especially if there's a country that I've never seen the live, or even if I've seen the live performance, but then it goes through like a rebrand, like Redux before the semifinals. So that part is exciting. I want to oh my God, I just couldn't do that in the finals. Like, I need to see it in the semifinals.
See, the problem is, and I don't know whose it is, the serving song that you have that one. You have told me that they removed it, they changed the
Malta.
If I didn't know, there's a world where I'm like, this is a good song, it gets high ranking. Now I'm already coming in knowing that there was a better version.
That's so rude. Don't say that.
What?
Because it's still a good song.
Yeah, I didn't say you. Okay. This is a problem now because you have complained about this not once, not twice, 3 times to me. By the 3rd time, I had to stop and be like, you've already said this to me before.
Yeah.
Because you forget and then you'll repeat the story to me.
Because it really matters to me.
Yeah. So then don't be like, oh, but it's a good song. Like, you are the one who complained about it.
I know. Actually, that semifinals is going to be wild.
Okay. Well, we'll save it for our Eurovision
because it's like Finland, Australia, and okay. Also, it's Eurovision 69. All right, so like, come on, 69. Yay. Okay. I am hungry and I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. So I hope you had fun with this. Episode 18 done and dusted.
Yes.
I will say, so you said 2 weeks from now. Are we running hot ones for episode 20?
Oh my gosh.
Are we already at an episode? Are we ready for a hot ones? Or should we take a couple more weeks after?
Okay, we have 2 other ideas that I want to do.
Okay.
That have gotten pushed because of the move, essentially.
Okay, well, don't reveal them.
I will not.
But before we do any of that, I got to read a review because I believe I missed one last week.
Okay.
So this one is from Lauren Samantha. Is it Samantha or did it cut off Samantha? I'm not sure, but I'm going to say Lauren Samantha. 5 stars. Always great listen. The way I was cracking up listening to Liana and Pooya role-playing a convo with their hypothetical new neighbor who has 4 different accents.
I forgot about that.
Do you remember which one of us did 4 accents?
Yeah, it was me. Also, we have met 0 of our neighbors. Oh, wait.
No,
we
did
waved to the
waves.
guy. We waved to the guy. Oh my God. Okay. So the guy who's taking out his trash.
Last week.
This is last week. And were you taking out your trash? Were we taking out our
I was
trash
wheeling
too?
out the trash, yeah.
And we waved and we did a little wave to each other.
Yeah. No, today I was on the phone with my mom and I was on a walk and I was going like the side of the street and this woman was walking 2 dogs.
Okay.
So
is that the woman who lives over there?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't know. So
okay.
Yeah, this was not close-ish to here.
Okay.
So anyway, I went to the side and she like went to put the dogs and she said sorry and I was like, it's all good. Don't worry. But
okay, so she might be a neighbor.
I mean, she's in this area.
Okay, well,
not
all I
too
have
far.
to say, no one's offered us cookies or casseroles yet.
I was saying that. I was like, listen, I literally have watched like so many shows. In Desperate Housewives, you pull up to Wisteria Lane, they're giving you a spread. You might not like the food, but it's something. I was like, was that just fake? That might have just been fake.
I think it's just fake.
Yeah, I was like, where's my tater tot hot dish? I was promised the casserole. Where's that?
Maybe they're planning a welcome party for us. You just don't
That
know
is
yet.
such copium. That's like, we matter so much.
Honestly, I'm fine with that.
The thing is, how would they even know a new neighbor moved in? Like, we haven't had a moving truck.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And the car is in the garage. Like, they're not going to see a car sitting outside.
Yeah, but there was like no car for a while. And now all of a sudden there's people going in and out pretty routinely.
Well, there's not really. It's 2 people and like blink and you miss it. Because let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Outside of the wave with that one guy, have we seen that guy any other time this past week?
No. I've never seen that man.
Exactly. And I think that's the thing. They don't really see us either. So.
Okay. Ships in the night.
Yeah.
Or whatever they say.
Yeah. Like I genuinely, for all I know, 2 units next to us are empty. Like I have no idea. No way to gauge it.
No, there's the woman with the 2 dogs who lives across the street from us. And then there's that guy. And then I know there's people in the houses on either side of us. So that's good.
Yes. Because there's a little family on the house to the left of us.
Little family.
Yeah, they got a baby.
Come on, little family.
Would you like to make your plugs? Once upon a time, you had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I still have to go to the bathroom. I don't know. Let's see. You can B&B. That's happening. And
who's a guest this week?
Jordan Galish.
No,
and
the following week.
I don't know yet. And we talked about cringe moments, and that was very fun last week.
We should talk about cringe moments on this podcast.
No, I've never been cringe my whole life.
We have a podcast idea that I remember we talked about doing on the drive over.
Yes, that's one of the 2 ideas.
So we should rock that next week.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I've been writing down more ideas, by the way. And I've been writing down specific things that had happened to me.
Love that. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm done now.
So did you plug everything?
Yeah, I did all my plugs.
Okay. Well, you can find me at Pooyaism on all socials. Twitch.tv/Pooya. We are back. Having a good time there. In addition to that, I'm still talking 90 Day every week. I'm going to have Annabelle joining me this week to talk about 90 Days. So I'm very pumped about that. And I think that's all my plugs at the moment. It feels weird. I feel like for a long time I had too many plugs and now I'm like, I got one other show going on right now. So yeah, I mean, Big Brother season's around the corner. There's other traders. This is coming. Anyway.
Hungry.
Yeah, and she will get the food that she doesn't like.
Okay.
What happened to being the warden?
I know, I'm being a warden.
I'm buckled so quickly.
What do wardens do? No. Oh, I felt so bad about that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Then they don't need to be on a diet.
Okay, I'm a nice warden.
Yeah.
Wait. I'll be like
also
a passive aggressive warden.
You don't stop using the word warden. It doesn't have to be warden.
Okay. I'm in charge. You're not in charge. I'm in charge. I'm the big boss. You're a little boss.
Nah, she's fully controlling you. Anyway.
No, but I'm big boss.
Anyway, we hope y'all had fun. Okay. Remember, let us know in the comments anything that you feel like you used to do that this generation wouldn't do or would find very awkward to do. Would like to read those. And thank you to everybody who's been leaving comments and reviews. I truly do appreciate it. And we'll catch y'all next week. Okay. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.